According to Wikipedia, a lottery scam is a type of advance fee fraud which begins with an unexpected email notification, phone call, or mailing, sometimes including a large check explaining that you have won a large sum of money in a lottery. The recipient of the message, who is the target of the scam, is usually told to keep the notice a secret due to a mix-up in some of the names and numbers and to contact a claims agent. After contacting the agent, the target of the scam will be asked to pay processing fees or transfer charges so that the winnings can be distributed, but will never receive any lottery payment. Many email lottery scammers use the names of legitimate lottery organizations or other legitimate corporations and companies, but this does not mean the legitimate organizations are in any way involved with the scams. And lots of Nigerians partake in lottery, hence the need to talk about it today on The Eagle. Hello and thanks for joining us on another episode of The Eagle. My name is Aisha Mohammed.
Good day, Nigerians. As we all know, cybercrime is progressing at an incredibly fast pace. It is giving a bad image to Nigeria, affecting our economy and draining the youth of this country. Let us work collectively against cybercrime wherever it is committed. I am Abdulrashid Bawa, Executive Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Stand for the right thing always. Thank you.
The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, sought the support and intervention of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in curbing oil theft and pipeline vandalism in the Niger Delta. The marketers, led by the chairman, Bello Binin, made the request in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, when they paid a courtesy visit to the office of the EFCC Zonal Commander in Port Harcourt, Nwanneka Nwekike. Abbas Abubakar Umar tells us more.
The chairman, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, Bello Bina, in his remarks said that the EFCC is the only agency trusted to give solutions on issues of pipeline vandalism and oil theft in the Niger Delta region. He said in the past, IPMAN's efforts in curbing oil theft and pipeline vandalism in the Niger Delta was a waste, and the association was advised to seek collaboration with EFCC to make the job effective. According to him, the association is more comfortable with what the EFCC is doing and as such needs all professional help the Commission can render to ease the pain of illegal oil bunkering in the region.
We want to work with the closest agency that will enable us make our job effective. And on that note, we are here to discuss and have your mandate to say, let us form that synergy, because our efforts are being wasted. And to an extent, we wrote a letter to the Minister of Justice, and we advised right there and then that the closest agency who have the mandate to make our job effective is the EFCC here, who also cover Bayelsa State. And on that note, we are here to collaborate with this agency, of which we are more comfortable and more having the belief that with your support, our jobs will have a headway.
Responding, Zonal Commander of the EFCC Port Harcourt Zonal Command, Nwanneka Nwekike, said that the EFCC is working tirelessly to put an end to the menace of illegal oil bunkering in the Niger Delta region, assuring that the EFCC has the desire to reduce, if not bring it to an end. He also stressed the need to educate youths within the region on the ills of illegal oil bunkering.
So it's something that we have desire to really see how we can stamp our foot on the ground and stop, if at least reduce, if not stop. Okay? Seriously. So I assure you today that once you have that approval, like I said before, that you are going to have us and you are going to come out with us. Right? That's our desire. And not just fighting this, we believe that at the same time we have to educate our youth too on the ills, the dangers of this illegal bunkering.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has called for more collaboration between the Commission and other government bodies within and outside the country in the fight against economic and financial crimes. The call was made by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Chairman, Sambamayana Muazu, at a two-day sensitization program on the EFCC Eagle Eye application for Assistant Directors of the Ministry of Finance, held at the Federal Ministry of Finance Auditorium, Abuja. Abbas Abubakar Omar again tells us more.
The Deputy Chief of Staff to the EFCC Chairman, Sambo Mayana Maazu, stated that Section 6J of the EFCC's Establishment Act mandates the EFCC to collaborate with government bodies within and outside the country that carry out functions similar to that of the Commission. Functions that relate to the identification and determination of the whereabouts and activities of persons suspected to be involved in economic and financial crimes, and the identification and tracking of proceeds derived from economic and financial crimes. He stressed that it is part of what informed the development of the Eagle Eye app by the EFCC to make it easy for the public to report economic and financial crimes. Highlighting the importance of information to the Commission, Maazu further urged stakeholders to use the Eagle Eye app to provide information and report all forms of economic and financial crimes. He said reporting of crimes to the EFCC is very important because without information, it will be difficult for the Commission to carry out its mandate.
Collaboration is very, very important with stakeholders by us in the EFCC. The Eagle app was specially developed in-house by the EFCC to make or to ease the reporting of economic and financial crimes. As you will all know, the vision and the mission of the EFCC is a Nigeria free of economic and financial crimes. And the vision is to eradicate economic and financial crimes through prevention, enforcement, and coordination. And fundamental to the achievement of this mission and vision are values that represent the core beliefs of the EFCC.
An officer of the EFCC, Fabi Samuel Ismaila, in his own contributions explained that app is significantly complementing the whistleblowing policy of the government, as one can report and indicate to be known or anonymously make report if so desired.
The breadth of this app, we know that EFCC has clearly stated in Section 6E of the Establishment Act, which means the adoption of measures to eradicate Nigeria of economic and financial crimes. This has bettered the Eagle Eye application. It is a crime reporting app which can be downloaded from your Play Store or Apple Store for your Android or iOS devices. It involves 3 simple steps on its usage. After downloading the application, all you need to do is to open the app. You can take live pictures on the go. You can upload pictures from your gallery and then give a brief description of the location where this incident you are reporting is happening from. And one of the key and unique features of this app is the feature of anonymity, by not being known, which has compensated the whistleblowing policy. You can report and be known if you want to. If you do not want, you can remain anonymous.
In his remarks, Acting Director, Reform Coordination, Service Improvement and Innovation, RCSI and I, Federal Ministry of Finance, Sulola Johnson, commended the EFCC for organizing the sensitization program. Johnson called on all stakeholders to key into the fight against economic and financial crimes. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.
How does lottery scamming work? To claim your prize, you will be asked to pay a fee. Scammers will often say these fees are for insurance costs, government taxes, bank fees, or courier charges. The scammers make money by continually collecting these fees from you and stalling the payment of your winnings. To shed more light on what lottery scam is all about, Ojechokutami Eche is standing by with our guest to take us through. Over to you, Ojechokutami.
Thank you very much, Aisha. We're in the studio today to talk about the pains of lottery scam with Superintendent of the EFCC, Alex Obole. He is the Team Leader, Advanced Fee Fraud Section 2, Team B, of the Lagos Zonal Command of the Commission. Alex, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
We're talking the pains of lottery scam. Let's look at the meaning of lottery scam. What exactly does it mean?
Thank you so much. Lottery scam is a type of advance fee fraud. It's a scam whereby victims receive unsolicited emails. Sometimes it could even be text messages. And these messages promise these victims a lot of, that they won lotteries, lots of money, and that they are expected to keep it secret, and are equally expected to pay certain fees to enable them process them. So that's exactly what lottery scam is.
So how does it work?
So how it works is that when these victims receive this promises, these fake promises, they are engendered to carry on that it's only a little stage left for them to cash in this big lottery. So, and they ask them to pay to different accounts and keep it secret because there are multiple people involved, and sometimes because they're trying to do them favors, they should keep calm about it and then hope to cash in. So that's exactly how it works.
Now, you've worked with the AFF Section 2 of the Lagos Zonal Command for some time, and I'm sure that you've received a lot of reports. So how rampant would you say lottery scam is in Nigeria today?
Very well, you see the demography of Nigeria. You have the southern part of the country more enlightened and has a lot of, the techie world and a lot of information and all of that. So you see in the demography, you have people basically from the southern part of the nation having to be more of the victims. And how rampant it is, it depends. We have a lot of cases already at hand that we're actually working on. And sometimes people don't get to report as much. But however, there's a lot of scam in this area of lottery.
Let's talk about the red alerts. If I were to receive a text message or a message, maybe an email or so, how do I know that this could be a lottery scam, that it's not genuine?
Okay, first, many of the mails, more often than not, come from free email service providers like Yahoo, like Gmail, and the other kinds of service providers that are free. Secondly, you can also, and then they purport to come from big corporations, big entities and companies. And then another red alert you should watch out for is that sometimes there's a lot of misspellings. If mails purported to come from big corporations and then you see certain simple sentence is not accurate, it should also throw you off. And then thirdly, if you didn't apply for a lottery, you didn't win a lottery, obviously you shouldn't be expecting that you have won what you didn't actually put in for. So that equally also is an alert that you shouldn't delve into it.
Does the amount in question have anything to do with, being a red alert?
Absolutely. The amount is usually outrageous. The amount looks pretty unreasonable. And then it appears to you that the miracle money you've been praying for is about to happen. So it's equally another, thank you for that, it's equally another alert you should watch out for.
I know that you've taken a lot of people to court, prosecuted, and a lot of them might have been convicted on the issue of lottery scams. So what would you say is the punishment if someone is found guilty of having committed lottery scam in Nigeria? What does the law really say?
Okay, like I said, lottery scam is an advance fee fraud. The Act, the Advance Fee Fraud Act, prescribes between 7 years and above. So yeah, the least they can get is 7 years. And then sometimes the law equally, the Act also provides that they could enter into a plea bargain agreement. So it equally varies how much of the sentence they equally get. So, but for the strict offense, it's between 7 years and up to 15 years as prescribed in the law.
And up to 15 years.
Yeah.
So let's look at what the EFCC is doing to help Nigerians so they don't keep falling victim to the schemes of lottery scammers. What is the EFCC doing?
At the moment, like the program we're actually airing at the moment, it provides sensitization to victims, to people who don't know about this, and to people who, get to see this and sometimes are contemplating. So this sensitization gets to let people know that it's actually a fraud scheme and they shouldn't, get involved in it. And then again, you talked about prosecution. That too sends deterrence to potential people who might think it's an option. So that too is equally a message that we send to the public in respect of, this type of fraud.
Okay, Alex, it baffles me. EFCC has a lot of television and radio programs on air, and I know that there are other, government agencies who also do public enlightenment on this issue. Now, why do people keep falling victim to this, the schemes? Why?
First, I think that has to do with people, human, we're social beings. Sometimes people want to explore, sometimes people keep hoping, about possible, outcomes that will be in their favor. So first, education is necessary to be provided to the people, which we are doing at the moment. Educated in the sense that some might not know, because sometimes the scheme keeps, evolving. Some gets better looking, so people might not know. So first, provide education to them to let them know that first there's such a scheme and it's a fraud. And secondly, like I said, we're social beings. Even after education, some people might be hopeful and think perhaps this is a possible way by which they could be enriched. So then again, you can help, with whatever outcomes. But again, more importantly, what we can do, what we are doing, is to provide education and to, alert people that there is such a fraud. And a lot of people have fallen victims of that kind of fraud.
Now, Alex, your closing remarks on the topic as we pull the plugs on this segment of the program today.
First, it's important to know that there is lottery scam and it is a fraud. And most importantly, to the young people who sometimes want to think it's an option to become rich quickly, that it's a long road downward. And there are many other things they can, equally do with their skills and knowledge and, and all of that to better themselves and to improve the well-being of the nation at large. So first, deterrence. There is punishment for doing these kinds of fraud. And of course, you can be a better Nigerian by doing other things besides being indulged in fraud. And thirdly, for victims, they ought to listen to this kind of opportunity we provide to them, to be weary of things that look too good to be true, and be curious and talk about it. Talk to people. Is this good? Is this right? Can we have this? And they equally can report it to the EFCC, and then they are safe from being victims of this kind of fraud.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex Ogbole, for coming on the program today. It's been very enlightening.
Thanks for having me.
And that's it on this edition of the program. Over to Aisha for the rest.
Thank you, Ojotoktami, for that interview. Sure, our viewers are enlightened on lottery scam, and as said by our guest from Advanced Fee Fraud Team 1 leader, Alex Ogbole. Know there is lottery scam in existence. Use your skills for something better to improve the nation at large. Be patriotic, be wary of things that are too good to be true, and report any act of lottery and any other fraud to the Commission, as the EFCC is saddled with the responsibility of bringing to book all criminals of economic and financial crimes. And remember, the EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime. Well, still talking lottery scam. The Eagle team went to the street to gauge people's opinion on lottery scam. And here is what they had to say.
Of course, they have done that to me just last year. Yes, last year, almost about 100,000 plus. So, in short, I just pray that God should cut them for me. Yes, my advice to other people for them to be wise, for them to not to receive call anyhow, for them not to my mother's sister, my father's sister, these are somebody that you know can also dupe you. Oh, that is it.
I have so many text messages from scammers telling me that I have won so millions of naira, I should come for business, this and that. At times I even receive calls telling me that I should come, there is this, there is that. But I have never attempted to them even once, based on what I'm hearing from friends. Some of my friends were duped. So that's the reason why I didn't even answer them.
Most of the time, my first action is to ignore them. But on some occasions, I have actually forwarded them to my service deliverers helpline and tell them to flag this number that it has been sending unscrupulous text. I've done that like 2 or 3 times.
No, I think the best way is to be with yourself. Don't run away after money. I mean, especially when it comes to free money. You just have to be careful and be wise. You don't run after free money like that, because nothing comes easy like that in this country, as far as I'm concerned.
My own is that people should be very careful with kind of message they respond to. You don't just respond to a message, a random message, something that you are not even aware of. For you to have responded to a message, that means you must have signed up for that particular program or lottery, or the message that they've sent to you. And again, if you're not too sure, maybe you can confirm from a friend, share with your friend, okay, this is what I saw, this is what I received. Very conscious of the kind of people you give your personal details or information to.
Mo kí onílé, mo kí àlejò, pàápàá jùlọ gbogbo ọmọ Odùduwà káàárọ̀ oòjíire. Nílé lóko, lálejò àti lẹ́yìn òde. Pé ẹ kú àsìkò yìí. Mo fi àsìkò yìí pé àkíyèsí wa sí ìwà àjẹgúdújẹrá tí a mọ̀ sí corruption ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Pé ó lòdì sí òfin orílẹ̀-èdè àti ìtẹ̀síwájú orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà. Igi kan kò lè dágbó ṣe. Ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ wa ló lè tan ìmọ́lẹ̀ sí ìwà àjẹgúdújẹrá ní orílẹ̀-èdè wa.
Before we end the program, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC wishes to inform the public that it has launched a virtual town hall meeting called EFCC Connect to expand its reach and engagement with citizens within and outside the country. EFCC Connect is an online program designed to engender close interface and collaboration with the Nigerian public, provide answers and clarification to issues, sensitize and educate them on the war against economic and financial crimes using the social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. This Wednesday on EFCC Connect, the topic of discussion is who watches the watchdog? Does the EFCC have an internal mechanism to checkmate internal corruption and discipline? Join the conversation on our Twitter space at official EFCC at 6 p.m. for this and more. Also, the EFCC, in a bid to sanitize its systems against internal corruption and to ensure that its officers conduct themselves in a professional manner, has, through the Department of Internal Affairs, opened a dedicated channel for reporting acts of misconduct by its officers. To report any case of misconduct by any officer of the EFCC, kindly send an email to dia@efcc.gov.ng or call the Savicom unit of the EFCC on 091-5899-3541. Note, you can only call or send an email when you're 100% sure and have supporting evidence to back your claims. And that concludes our program for the day. We will be back next week, same time, same station. Don't forget to keep a date with us. But before we go, here is a reminder that you can send an email to info@efcc.gov.ng and speak to our officers on 0809-3322-644 and follow us on all our social media platforms at official EFCC for all matters relating to economic and financial crimes. If you see fraud happening, use the EFCC mobile app, the Eagle Eye. Download the app, follow the steps and report fraud on the go. You can also take pictures of corrupt practices and upload them. My name is Aisha Muhammad, leaving you with these parting words that says, keep your money safe. It is not for someone else to play with. Goodbye. God bless Nigeria. Please do stay safe, be kind to one another, and enjoy the rest of the week.